Sir.
Good afternoon. Sorry, I would just try to unmute myself. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
We are really very fortunate to have you here, sir, today. Hello.
Sorry, I missed that. Yes.
So we are very happy to have you here, sir.
Thank
And
you. Thank you very much for inviting us.
yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation. So now I request my let us start, sir. Do you have any problem? Let's start, sir.
Yes, we can get started right away.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to check I'm audible fine to everyone, right?
Yeah. No problem, sir. I'll just request my colleague, Mr. Rupas Kumar, to introduce you.
Thank you.
Good evening, dear participants. Good evening, sir. Now we have a session on Sahaja Yoga meditation, which is delivered by Mr. Amit Kumar Singh. Amit Kumar Singh is working as a senior technical leader in Cisco Systems and being a graduate from computer science in Delhi University. He has been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation for the last 25 years and has conducted numerous sessions on Sahaja Yoga meditation, and many people were benefited through them. And in addition to meditation, he is an avid traveler, a photographer, and a learning field. Uh, we are thankful, sir. We convey our sincere thanks for accepting our invitation. So over to you, sir. Please, I request you to please start your session, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words. And yeah, I think we have around 60 minutes to cover. Uh, just wanted to check, do we have 60 minutes to cover the session for today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Perfect. So I think we will just get started now. And what I understand correctly is yesterday we had the first session of Sahaja Yoga meditation, in which everyone experienced the awakening of Kundalini, which is the primordial power within all of us. So we will just build upon yesterday's session. And for today's session, we will learn how do we meditate at home, and also how do we balance our left and right channel, which are in Sanskrit are known as Ida Nadi and Pingla Nadi, and also known as the left sympathetic nervous system, right sympathetic nervous system, uh, the central nervous system in the medical words. So we will learn today how do we meditate at home and how do we balance ourselves so that we can meditate better. Then we will definitely also show a couple of more methods which we can use to balance our system, like foot soaking, like which can be very good for a good sleep, or if we have some pain, to clean up our system after a full busy day. So we will talk about that. And we will also cover a few additional steps, like as simple as ice pack, or how do we use the fire element in the candle for clearing our subtle system. So before we get into the session, okay, if you have any questions from yesterday, please feel free to ask them. Like if a question pops up, please let me know, unmute yourself and let me know the question, because both of my screens are occupied with the presentation. So please read out your question and let it be an interactive session. We want everyone to learn, and please feel free to ask questions. That's what I want to say. So we can spend a couple of minutes if you would like to share your experience from yesterday, or if you have any question from yesterday which we can answer in today's session. So any questions, please let me know, unmute, and we can have a quick discussion on it. Okay, if not, please feel free to ask them during the session. Don't withhold your question, please ask, okay? So what we will do is, at first, we will have a quick recap of yesterday's session. So yesterday, we prayed to this mother power within us, Kundalini, which is at the bottom of our backbone. It stays in a triangular bone known as the sacrum bone. Okay, so what we did yesterday when we did some of the movements with our hand, where we kept our hand on our heart, then Vishuddhi, Agya, and then Sahasrara, and we requested this power to rise within us. Okay, so what we learned yesterday, today is just a quick recap, just in case if somebody new has joined us today. So our subtle system, which is within every one of us, and the Kundalini power is within every human being, right? And then our subtle system consists of 3 channels. As you can see over here, the blue one is the Ida Nadi, also known as the moon channel, or the left sympathetic nervous system. Then on the right side, the orange one, that is our Pingala Nadi, or the right sympathetic nervous system, or also known as the sun channel. You can see the sun on that side. And so the left side is responsible for our past and our emotional well-being. Okay, and similar way, the orange line, which is the Pingala Nadi, that is responsible for our future and all the activities which we do. Okay, now what happens is, if we overuse any of these channels more, that causes an imbalance in our left or the right channel. So for example, if we think too much about the past, okay, or we are too emotional, then that means that we are over consuming the energy from our left channel. And similar way, if we are overactive, we overthink, too much of future planning, then we consume the energy from our right channel. So either way, if we consume the energy from one of the channels, we go out of balance. And here, the balance is very important, because once our left and right is balanced, then only we can rise in our central channel, okay, through all these chakras, which you would have learned yesterday. So what we are going to learn today, your Kundalini is already risen, it's active, it's working on you. In today's session, we will learn how do we meditate at home, and how do we balance our left and the right center, channels, so that we can have a good meditation and a balance of our subtle system. Now, one more thing I would like to add, once this Kundalini rises through our energy centers, there are certain qualities which are associated with each center. And once our channels are clear, our chakras or energy centers are clear, these qualities, they shine through our personality. Like we become more wise, more innocent, we become more creative person, our attention improves, we are at peace, our heart is full of compassion and courage. And then we also become like this divine diplomacy comes within us, like we talk sweetly to our fellow members, people in our society we interact with. We become more forgiving. We don't hold any grudge against each other. We become more forgiving, more pleasant to talk to and work with. And definitely on the top, the number 7 is the Sahasrara chakra, where the Kundalini rises and connects to the almighty divine power. And what happens also is, all of these energy centers, they can be felt on our fingertips. Because all these energy centers, they have these nerve endings on our fingertips. So that way you become your own doctor. So if there is a problem with any of the energy center, you can immediately check it on your fingertips. And that's how you know that, okay, where you have to put attention and work on. So eventually we will come to that part. We will discuss it more and more. So here is a quick brief of what we discussed yesterday. Any questions anybody has? So please feel free to ask before we move to our next slide. Okay, great. So I'll take it that we are still on track. Everybody is in line and we are on the same page. So that's really good. But please feel free to ask if we have any questions, okay? So the first thing is, we will start the process of like how we can meditate at home, right? So the first thing, meditation is very important. So right now our Kundalini has risen, right? After we experienced the self-realization process yesterday. But if we don't meditate, Kundalini can similar way just come down and again rest in the triangular bone known as the sacrum bone. So it's very important for us to meditate daily at home in morning and evening. It can be just 10 minutes of meditation, 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. Now, before we sit for meditation at home, we do something known as raising our Kundalini, raising the power within us. And then we give bandhan to our 7 energy centers. So the process is known as raising Kundalini and taking bandhan. First, if we take a look at raising our Kundalini, if you can look at the diagram number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, okay? So what we will do is I'll show you here. I'll try my best to cover it over the video. So if you can see me, we keep our left hand like static, but it will rise, okay? My left hand is going to rise up and my right hand is going to move around my left hand, like this motion. So this way, I will start from Muladhara. As you can see in the picture, the number 1, the hand starts right from the Muladhara chakra level and the right hand moves like this, if you can see me. And then on top of the head, we tie 1 knot. Do it like this, that we are tying a knot on top of the head. So we repeat this process 3 times because we have 3 channels. So we are raising our Kundalini, and because we have 3 channels, we do this process 3 times. One difference is in the first go, we are going to tie 1 knot. Then when we do it again, this time we're going to tie 2 knots. And then afterwards, in the third one, we will tie 3 knots like this. So let's repeat this process all together. And please don't worry if we don't get it absolutely right. Don't worry about that at all. It's the intent which matters initially. Eventually, we will learn the right way to do it. So let's do it with full heart. Start from close to your Muladhara chakra as depicted in number 1. And let's raise our Kundalini very slowly in a slow motion, right hand rotating and left hand rising up. Put your head a bit back and tie the first knot. 1. Now, similar way, we will raise our Kundalini again. And this time, we are going to tie 2 knots. 1, 2. Now let's third time. Third time, 3 knots. 1, 2, 3. So before we meditate at home, we raise our Kundalini to prepare ourselves for the meditation session. Now, after raising Kundalini, next thing is to take Bandhan. So Bandhan is essentially like you engulf yourself like in a protection cover, and we do it 7 times because we have 7 energy centers, 7 major energy centers. As you see the diagram, the process is we go from our left to the right over the top of the head, and then we come back. So as you can see in the presentation, the direction of the arrow, we start from the left side, over the top of the head, we come up to our lap, and then we go back in the second picture. So this is like a horseshoe shape, if you have to relate. It's like a horseshoe shape. So let's do it 7 times for each chakra. Again, don't worry much about the procedure or try the exact procedure. Let's have the right intent and the desire. So let's start with first, and we'll do it 7 times. So let's all do it together. Slowly, over the top of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right now we just raised our Kundalini, and we took Bandhan as well for the 7 energy centers. So we do this every time we sit for meditation, and once we finish the meditation, we repeat the same process. Now, as we discussed earlier, for a better meditation, it's good to balance our left and right. So, for example, if we have overconsumed our left channel or the right channel, this is how we balance our subtle system. And later on, I will share a few more advanced methods also, which you can do at home itself and balance your left and the right channel. So as you can see in the first picture, which says clearing the left side. So to clear our left side, we take help from Mother Earth. That's why you will see in the picture, when we clear our left side, your left hand, it should be on your lap, and the right hand should be on the Mother Earth. So if you are sitting on floor, it's really easy to keep your right hand on the Mother Earth. But if you are sitting on bed or on chair, just make sure that your right hand is pointing towards the Mother Earth. So we take help from the earth element to clean our left side, to balance our left side. Now, similar way, we will repeat it together, but let me just show you how we clean our right side as well. And then we will get into balancing of our left and right. To balance our right side, we take help of ether element or the sky or the air element. So what we do, your right hand should be on your lap as depicted in the picture, the second picture, which says clearing the right side. And your left hand, it should be facing towards the sky, because that's where we are asking and requesting the ether element to clean and balance our right side. So I think if it's all clear, no questions, let's start with clearing our left side. Any questions in between? Okay, so I'll take that it's all clear. So at first, let's have our left hand on our lap with palm facing upwards. The palm should be facing upwards on the left hand. And the right hand, let's put on the Mother Earth or point towards the Mother Earth. Here, we are going to pray and request for our Kundalini Mother, because the Kundalini is the power which has created our subtle system and has taken care of us throughout our journey, like even before we were born in our mother's womb. So we will say here, Mother, please remove all the problems of my left channel into the Mother Earth. With full heart and with full sincerity, we just have to say, Mother, please remove all the negativities, all the problems of my left channel into the Mother Earth. Mother, please balance and nourish my left side with vibrations. Mother, please balance and nourish my left channel with vibrations. So we are praying right now to cure any imbalance in our left channel. So let's stay in this position for a minute or two and pray within your heart to remove all the obstacles, problems of left channel into the Mother Earth, and to balance and nourish our left channel with vibrations. Let's pray for a couple of minutes. You will also notice an increased sensitivity on your left hand. So your experience from yesterday should get more enhanced. You might feel hot or cold air or some tingling sensation on your fingertips, maybe some heaviness. So don't worry about it. This means that our Kundalini has started working and cleaning up our energy centers and our channels. So this is perfectly normal. This is an indication that our system is working. Now let's clean up and balance our right channel. For that, your right hand should be on your lap and the palm facing upwards. Your right hand on your lap, and your left hand face it towards the sky, like pointed towards the sky, and your palm should be facing backwards. So here again, we're going to pray for removing the obstacles from our right channel and to balance and nourish our right channel. So let's pray Mother, please remove all the obstacles and problems of my right channel into the ether element, into the air. With full heart and sincerity, Mother, please remove all the negativities, problems, hurdles of my right channel into the ether element. Mother, please balance and nourish my right channel with vibrations. Because if we have overused our right side, we want it to be balanced by vibrations, by our Kundalini. So in this state, let's pray for a couple of minutes. Mother, please remove all the obstacles, hurdles of my right side into the ether element, into the sky. Mother, please balance and nourish my right channel with vibrations. All this time, your eyes remain closed and your attention should be on top of your head. At this point, you might be feeling increased sensitivity on your right side, on your fingertips, maybe some tingling feeling, some heaviness, or it can be cool or hot breeze. With our eyes closed, let's bring both the hands down on your lap. Now we just balanced our left and the right channel. Now let's get ourselves ready for meditation. So this is the exact same procedure or the steps you can follow at home as well. So what we will do is we're going to keep our right hand on our left heart, left side of our heart, if the picture is visible to everyone, as we did yesterday also. So please keep your right hand on your heart. And here we are going to say, Mother, I am the Spirit. Let's say this 12 times. 12 times because this particular energy center, heart chakra, has 12 petals. So with full sincerity, let us say, Mother, I am the Spirit. माँ मैं एक आत्मा हूँ. So let's repeat it 12 times. Mother, I am the Spirit. Okay, now let's move our right hand to this joint where our shoulder blade and neck joins over here, this gap over here. Let's keep our right hand there in this joint and move your neck towards the right side. Now here, this energy center has 16 petals. So we will just pray 16 times and we will say, Mother, as I am the spirit, I am not guilty. Because a spirit is never guilty. A spirit cannot be guilty. So let's pray here 16 times, Mother, I am the spirit, I am not guilty. Mother, I am the spirit, I am not guilty. Let's say it 16 times within your heart, or if you would like to say it a bit loud, as you feel comfortable. So let's repeat 16 times.
वो सेशन अटेंड करने
Great. So we just cleared our Vishuddhi. Now, as we did yesterday, let's keep our right hand on our forehead and squeeze it from both the sides. Okay? Here, we will just pray to our mother that, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. So we forgive everyone, including ourselves. Because if we don't forgive, we just keep punishing ourselves. Because if we don't forgive somebody, it doesn't affect that person, it affects us. So for our own interest, for our own benefit, let's just forgive everyone like a blanket cover. So here we say on the Agya Chakra, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. So just let's say within our heart a few times, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Great. So we have forgive everyone, and this is some initial steps you can use during when you sit for meditation before we actually get into the meditative state. Now, what we will do is let's stretch our right hand as you would have done yesterday, and we will keep it on top of the head where it used to be the soft bone area when the babies are born. So let's put our right hand there on the soft area. And here, we will rotate our hand so that the skin of the head also moves along. And very carefully rotate in clockwise direction. It should be clockwise movement of the hand. So while rotating very slowly, putting some pressure, we will pray here, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please establish my self-realization. Mother, please give me the meditative state. So very slowly move your hand and pray to establish your self-realization and pray for the meditative state. Mother, please establish my self-realization and give me the meditative state. Keep your eyes closed and bring down both of your hands on your lap. So we have both hands on our lap and your attention on top of your head. At this point, you can feel peace and tension on top of the head. So let's enjoy this meditative state for a couple of minutes. Let's enjoy this silence for a couple of minutes. Keep your eyes closed, attention on top of your head. If any thought comes to your mind, don't try to fight this thought. It will disappear by itself. Just enjoy at the top of your head. Some of us might feel cool air on top of the head, or it can be some warm or hot air, or it can be a tingling sensation. So everything, either of this is working and is a proof that your Kundalini is trying to clean up your subtle system. And based on everybody's current state of channels and the energy center, the experience can vary. But you should be feeling much more balanced right now and much more peaceful. So for one more minute, let's keep our attention on top of the head and continue to enjoy this meditative state. Great. So we can open up our eyes now very slowly. Actual meditation happens, like when we experience this silence, this silent moments, when our thoughts stop. And meditation is something, like which we cannot force, or it happens. And definitely, like once you experience more in morning and evening, you will be able to get more and more practice of it. And you will be able to have extended moments of this silence. Okay, now the meditation is very important in the morning time, and you can look at the meditation in the morning meditation like recharging your batteries for the whole day. For example, like in morning before going out of home, like we always charge our mobile phone, right? So that we can continue using it throughout the day. So similar way, the morning meditation works as like charging up your subtle system when you meditate. So the process what we have to use is in the morning, either on floor, okay, if it's comfortable for you, or in a comfortable place. Then you raise your Kundalini first. Then you take Bandhan. And if you wish, you can repeat the steps what we did on our heart and the Vishuddhi chakra, on the forehead and on top of the head. Okay? And you can also balance your left and right the way we did. And then once you're done with your 15 minutes of meditation, then you can raise your Kundalini again and take Bandhan. So that's where you meditate in the morning time. Now, your battery is completely charged. You're spending your whole day. And then, like throughout the day, we can have some reactions. We talk to so many people. We go through different kind of situations. And it's quite possible that, like we might lose some balance either on our left side or the right side. So that's why when we come back at home after a busy, hectic day, it's again suggested to do the meditation. Now, along with the meditation, one extra thing which you can do is you can make use of the water element. And that's a process we call as foot soaking. So what you have to do at home, take a flat bucket or tub, or it can be a regular bucket also, as the availability at your end. Make sure that, like your feet are easily, you can place your feet inside the bucket or the tub. And then you should fill ankle deep water. This water can be lukewarm water, not very hot, okay? Just lukewarm so that it's not cold and not uncomfortable for you. And then also put some salt into it. It can be kitchen table salt. It can be rock or crystal salt. Any kind of salt you can use. A handful of salt you put into the water. And also keep a mug full of clean water so that you can wipe your feet afterwards, and maybe a towel to clean your feet afterwards. So you raise your Kundalini, you take your Bandhan, maybe you clean your left and the right side, and then you put your feet in the water. Okay? And one more additional thing is, you can always light up a lamp or a candle in front of Shrimataji's photograph, which we will share with you. Like Mr. Chandrakant, I will request him to share the details with you. And then you sit in the water for at least 10 to 15 minutes. I think maximum 15 minutes is more than enough, minimum 10 minutes. And then you wipe your feet with water, rinse your feet with water, wipe your feet dry. And then you have to dispose. It's very important that you dispose this water or flush this water into the toilet. The reason is because, this water is going to suck out all the problems, negativities, like which our system might have collected throughout the day. So it's more of like, like cleansing your subtle system at the end of the day. And after the foot soak, you will have a very nice and very good sleep as well. So in evening or night before going to bed, please do it. One word of caution is, the tub which you are going to use, please don't use it for any other purpose afterwards. It should be dedicated only for the foot soak purpose. Like let's not wash clothes in it or take shower using it. It has to be dedicated. But if other family members want to do foot soak, they can use the same tub for doing the foot soak purpose, but don't use it for any other household methods. So that's the foot soak method. And foot soak method helps us to clean our Swadhisthana and our Nabhi chakra very effectively. Okay, so you will automatically see the difference. So morning meditation is to recharge your batteries. Evening meditation is mostly to thank for the day, for a beautiful day, and to clean up our subtle system. So I'll hold on here before I tell about another effective method. Any questions, please? Sorry, I'm not sure like if any questions in the chat, because both of my screens are filled up with the PPT. So if there is a question in the chat, please let me know, or if somebody can read out to me. Okay, so I think so far we are getting all good. Okay, so this is the first method, like foot soaking, which is like meditation, and regularly we should do. And in evening, when you meditate, you can always meditate with foot soak. You can keep your feet in water and you can meditate at that point of time.
Excuse me, sir.
The second,
Hello?
yes, please.
Sir, actually there is a question in chat box, sir.
Yes, may I have the question, please?
What role does breathing plays?
Okay, so right now, at this point of time, we don't have to worry about the breathing part in this process. What you will notice is once we meditate regularly, we are getting the thoughtless awareness. Our breathing also calms down. Our breathing also slows down. Like we become more calm and more soothing personality, and your breathing will also, will become very calm and soothing. So at this point of time, we don't have to focus on like inhaling or exhaling. You can just breathe as normal. Any other question, please?
One more question, sir. Is it normal to feel uneasy and restlessness?
Well, it should not happen, like the uneasiness and the restlessness. But when our system is getting cleaned up by Kundalini, because it's working on our system at this point of time, so we might, but it's not something, which commonly happens. We should not. But it's again depends on person to person, because the state of our channels, the state of our energy centers is different. So I think once the Kundalini is not working, you may not feel that uneasiness. But what in my experience, we should not feel any kind of uneasiness. It should not be a common thing, but might be because of one's individual state of channels and the energy center.
One more question is also there, sir.
Sure.
In continuation to breathing, what is the role in Omkar?
Well, I think maybe I need more information on that question.
Okay, sir. Mr. Popat Kumbar, can you unmute you and ask the question, please? Okay, sir, you continue, sir.
Sure. I think, what I'll do is I'll share some more, for the limited time what we have, we can definitely pick up the questions later on.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
So the second part is about foot soaking. Now, what we also do is, as working professionals or even people at home, sometimes when we overthink, okay, or we are always like in a rush, okay, we kind of like overuse our right side, okay. As you said, say our right side is our sun channel, So heat is the element there. And if we overuse our right side, we heat up our right side, okay? So that means our liver also gets impacted at that point of time. Our liver also heats up, and that can eventually result into diabetes or heart-related problems. So ice pack is one of the methods, like to dissipate this heat from our right side or from our liver. Okay, and this method is very effective for our Swadhisthana and right Swadhisthana and the right Nabhi Chakra. So what we have to do is we just need an ice pack. So this ice pack can be something, which is available in the markets, or the way I do at home is I just use a small shampoo bottle or a conditioner bottle, which is flat. I fill up it with water, like it's an empty bottle after usage, fill it up with water, put it in freezer, and when it's like solid ice, I hold it on my liver for 5 to 15 minutes. As you can see in the picture, right above my Swadhisthana, Nabhi Chakra, that's where I keep it over my liver. So that kind of helps to reduce, definitely to cool down my liver. And also it helps me to dissipate that heat from the right side. And it also helps reduce the thoughts which are coming in, like when we try to meditate, so in the evening. So this ice pack method can be done any time of the day. Okay, you can do it any time of the day. You can just put the ice pack on your liver, tie it up with a dupatta or belt, anyway, which is comfortable to you. And you can continue to do your daily work. Nowadays, like if it's like it's not much of lockdown, but if you're working from home as well, you can just keep the ice pack. You can continue to do what you're doing, and it should not be a problem at all. One thing which we have to be very careful of is the ice pack should not be used, like 30 minutes before and after your meal. So because, because the digestion process starts and everything, we don't want, the liver to be a bit relaxed at that point of time. So please do make sure that there is a 30 minutes gap before and after the meal. What it means is if I want to do foot soak at 6 p.m., I should not eat any food after 5:30, so that I can do my ice pack at 6 o'clock. And then after I finish my ice pack, I should not eat something or anything after 30 minutes. So that is very important. So this ice pack helps with improved concentration, reduction of thoughts, and dissipating that extra heat from our right side. And this heat gathers because of overthinking or overactivity during our day. So it's a very important, very effective method which you can use. Now this is the last method where we make use of the fire element. Okay, so if you can see, for the right side, we were using cold elements like ice pack, right? And even the foot soak helps a lot to dissipate that heat. And when we were clearing our right side, we were pointing it towards the sky so that the heat goes away. So when we use or extra use our right side, I'll go back to this particular chart. So when we make extra use of our right side, it heats up. And it's very important to cool it down. That's why we use the ice pack and the foot soak methods to do that. Similar way, if we overuse our left channel, which is the moon channel also, to bring it to the balance, we need to use the fire element. So we have to use some heat in order to bring up the balance up, for our left channel. So that's why for the right side, we use the cold treatment. And for the left side, we use the fire element. Now to do this, all we need is a candle. Now, and it's very effective for the left channel. At home, what I do is, if all can see in the picture, I just use a small bowl, like a steel bowl at home, and I just put a candle in there. Now, I don't keep the candle very long because, you know, it can tip over or it can fall down, and then it can, the hot wax can be, you know, on your skin. So I just keep it like, cut it half, make it smaller. And if you don't want to use like a steel bowl, you can use either cardboard or newspaper, and just make a hole in center and push the candle through it so that the wax is not flowing on your hands and you are a bit safe and cautious from there. Now, there are many ways I can use the candle treatment, but I'll tell you the two prime methods. One thing is for our clearing our Agya Chakra, which is very important, and if we are facing a lot of thoughts, okay, we can use the candle over here. And what we do is we light up the candle and we look through the flame. So please make sure that you are, so like this, as you can see in the video, you manage, you keep it a safe distance from your eyes and from your eyelashes. But you look through the candle, and this helps greatly to clean up our Agya Chakra and reduce the amount of thoughts we might be getting. So this is a very effective way to have a good meditation. And then what I can do also is I can place the same candle on floor and just point my left hand, as you can see here, my left hand towards the flame. So I'm clearing up my left side using the fire element. So this is also a very effective way. It can be done at any point, any time of the day. Just be a bit careful while using the candle because of the fire element. So what we discussed right now is we talked about, okay, yes, so once you're done with all the treatments, either you're doing foot soak or ice pack, we finish up the meditation with raising our Kundalini again and taking the bandhan. So this is pretty much from today's session. If I do a recap, we quickly went over through our subtle system, which consists of 3 channels and 7 major energy centers. Then we talked about how do we raise Kundalini and take bandhan. Then how do we balance our left and the right channels so that we can have an effective meditation. After that, we talked about 3 methods: foot soaking, ice pack, and candling. And we can use them as and when required. Again, the candling is only for the left side. We don't use candling on the right side. I think you all know the reason, because right side is already heated up. It's the sun channel. So we don't overheat with the fire element. There are certain scenarios where we might use candle on the right side, but for now, I think we will just keep it to this way, that we just use it for the left channel, clearance of our left channel. So that is a quick recap of our today's session. Now, all of us together, let's raise our Kundalini and take bandhan. Okay, so as we discussed, let's do it all collectively, all together with me. So first we will do the first time and tie a single knot on top of the head, with your head tilted a bit back. 1 knot. Now 2 knots. And 3 knots. Now let's put this aura or bandhan again around us for our 7 energy centers. So you move your hand, right hand from left to right, over the top of the head and back. So one rotation is like a horseshoe shape. That's one bandhan. Let's repeat 7 times. 3, 5, 6, 7. And before you, and you can always take bandhan even at the times when you are going out of the house as a protection. So raising your kundalini, like keeps your meditative state, and then like you put protection like bandhan 7 times. So when you are going out of house on a daily basis, also just before going out of the house, you can raise your kundalini and take bandhan. So this helps to protect you, it protects your attention, it protects your energy centers, okay? And once the kundalini is risen, all of these qualities of these energy centers, they shine through your personality. As I said before, become more compassionate, wisdom, the innocence, they all start shining through our personality. So this is pretty much from my side today. Any questions if we might have, I would definitely like to answer them.
So actually there are 2 more questions in chat box, sir. You can open and check it, sir.
Sure. Let me try to figure out the time. 1 minute, please. Okay, I can see it now.
Yes, sir. From Rahul Kumar, sir. At 4:49 p.m.
Okay, yes. So please tell me better way to sleep comes me invite time. So definitely, Rahul, very good question, I think, for a lot of folks. What I'll definitely suggest is, as I said, when you meditate, please also do foot soak, okay, in evening time. And this foot soak helps us to cleanse our system. And if you want, you can also do ice pack at that point of time. Please continue to do this for at least a couple of weeks to a month, and you will automatically notice the difference in yourself, and you will have a very sound sleep. So it's more of like, like in the morning meditation recharges your battery for the whole day, but like you consume it whole day. When in the evening you come, you clean up your system. Like you should not go to the bed with what we have collected, what our system might have collected throughout the day. So it's like you just clean it out, you rinse it out, and you will definitely have very nice sleep. So please try it out for like a month or so, and I'm sure you will feel the difference. And what we also have is, I think we have a form being posted as well. So sorry, I think I posted one more. Okay, please, it will be really good to hear from you, your feedback. So please share your feedback with us. And also, I shared the link to join a WhatsApp group. So what happens is we do this meditation sessions every Sunday, 10 in the morning. So you can join those meditative sessions in a collective. And after the session, you can ask or continue to ask your questions which may arise. So if you check the chat, please, there is a WhatsApp group link and as well as a feedback form. So we'll be really good to hear back from you about your experience.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your wonderful presentation. Really, nowadays, this session is very, very important, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your valuable time.
So thank you very much for inviting me. Okay, and like it's really glad to see. I've been practicing, as we said, like close to 25 years, and we have seen the benefits in our personal and professional life, and there is no charge to Sahaja Yoga, like because this is such a divine thing, it cannot be charged, but we just keep sharing it so that we took the benefit, and more of our colleagues, fellows, they are able to get the same benefit. And like in the corporate world also, like like we have tense moments, there are escalations. So all these throughout all these years, Sahaja Yoga meditation has really helped me a lot in dealing with day-to-day life, both on personal as well as on the professional front.
Okay, sir. Oh, thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting us and for today's session.
Okay, dear participants, tomorrow session will start at 10 o'clock. Please join by 9:45 a.m. Thank you.